And good morning, ladies and gentlemen. So we will shut that up and unshut this up. Which is not making noise right now. That's fine. Um, so yeah, we are going to begin The Witcher 2 today with the caveat that I basically played through the prologue already because it's long, not much happens. I mean, sure, it's very cinematic, but the only choice I made really that has any relevance, I think, is I kept Aryan Lavalette alive, and all that happens is he blows himself up in the. He blows up like an oil storage in the dungeon so that you can make your escape, and he can just blow up the castle and piss a lot of people off. And Roach isn't happy about it, but he's never happy when we get out of there, so that's not a big deal. Um, but what was I gonna say? Yeah, so that plays out differently because we don't, or at least I didn't encounter um, the Nilfgaardian guy. I forget his name. Some von Emrys or something. No, that's the Nilfgaardian emperor, I think. Chilard Fitz Estelind, that's his name. So I didn't see him, and I did not encounter what's her name, the actual Baroness. Yeah, there's a lot of weird T-posing going on there.
Water's cold as hell. Come on, Witcher.
Well, don't step in it. Alright, we hopping. Well, if the water's cold as hell, you didn't have to keep standing in it.
The port's blocked. Some merchants have been held up for months.
It's been a while since I played this, so I don't... I gotta refamiliarize myself with the controls. Obviously, I did play a little bit, but... the whole looting system and everything... Obviously, the combat is different. Instead of holding tab to look for things, we have the medallion. We just kind of blast every 15 seconds or so. And anything in the area highlights. Yes, yes, I'm coming, woman.
Where are we?
You can also meditate anywhere, which is nice because that means we don't have to look for a campfire. But unfortunately, meditation is the only menu through which we can also drink potions, so that's a pain in the ass. No idea why that thought that was a good idea. In fact, why don't they can all just wait up? No, apparently they can't. So I remember this part. It's kind of annoying.
I smell an elf.
You smell an elf? Well, I can hear a flute. And it's apparently an invisible flute because I don't see him holding it. There it is.
That's Vernon Roach, Special Forces Commander for the last 4 years, servant of the Temerian King, responsible for the pacification of the Mahakaman foothills, hunter of elves, murderer of women and children. Twice decorated for valor on the field of battle. Yorveth, a regular son of a whore.
Yeah, that'll teach him.
Long awaited our meeting. Laid plans, set traps. And now you appear in my forest of your own volition. You aided the man who slew my king. King or beggar, what's the difference? One Dwan less.
Since when did the Scoia'tael hire professional killers to do their dirty work? The Dwan, even. You've fallen low.
A hired killer, true. But in all certainty, he is no Dwan.
Don't make a big deal of the race thing.
Yet race
You just made a big deal out of it.
Fight. We have pointed ears, yours are rounded. We are few, yet long-lived. Your kind multiplies like vermin, though thankfully expires quickly. Humans and elves alike, trying to prove one shape is better than the other. 400 years of killing over the mold of the Oracle.
They always forget about the dwarves in these debates.
The Kingslayer's among you. We've come for him.
Then our interests collide. The Kingslayer is under my protection, and I'll not hand over a guest.
You're just another old elf in a young elf's skin. using clever words to mask an obvious truth.
Obvious, you say?
This is not about race or freedom, or even vengeance. You're here because someone powerful told you to be. Someone who's using you. They may wear a crown, carry a magic wand, or even lead a guild. But be sure of this. It's not about your freedom, your rights, or your ears. Nilfgaard plowed you once. Now someone new does. Am I wrong?
Those times are gone. No one will ever use the Scoia'tael again.
Who are you addressing? Me? Yourself? Or the archers in those shrubs?
Enough of this, Hiss!
Starley!
Yeah, that was a good negotiating tactic there, Roach. Especially when you know we're about to be ambushed. Oh, so pretty. What happened?
That ought to discourage them.
I don't think it will.
Triss, are you alright?
Yeah, she fucked up.
You should have charmed the archers. They're coming.
Alright, well, they almost killed us there, so that was kind of a desperate maneuver. Because you're a fucking idiot and had to antagonize them.
Stay close. Triss is spent, so no more butterflies. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Back to the boat?
There's even more of them that way. We must fight our way toward Flotsam.
Oh shit, there's an elf.
Hands off my ass.
Who did you think it was?
I'm not a sack of flour or one of your commandos. I'm a woman.
I noticed.
Music.
Yeah, I'm sure he loves to manhandle his commandos like that.
At least I'll die holding a lovely ass.
So, oh god.
I'll hold the spell.
Alright, sucks to suck.
Stop shifting.
Oh my goodness. Bad things happening.
What's happening? All I see are your boots.
Where the hell is that trading post?
I have any, I don't have any throwing weapons equipped. I don't know if I even have any to begin with. I hate this interface, though. This menu sucks. A definite downgrade from the last one. Well, I got bombs. Got traps for whatever those are worth. I don't think those will help here. We can oil up the sword. Might as well.
I'm starting to think we'll make it. Wait. Barrier's ready. Triss,
Oh boy.
give me a bit more magic. Just a little. Geralt, kill them now.
I'm working on it. I don't know if you noticed, but you pissed off all the archers, so I can't really step outside our barrier here. Deal with them. Oh, let's pick some flowers while we're here.
Scoia'tael and Saki! Alarm! Squirrels! There's a mage among them! Ready yourselves!
Oh, we got one more to deal with. I guess the oil was a little superfluous. Except somehow I just blasted that dude. Well, you lost.
You know each other?
Rather well. But he has amnesia. I actually took the Witcher by surprise when I killed Foltest. Fear not, Elf. I know Geralt. I know his weakness.
And what weakness would that be? Remember, Berengar told me I had a bum leg.
Too many spells at once. You can die from that.
Arrows can kill us too.
The Kingslayer and Yorvith.
You all in one piece? Who are you?
I'm a Witcher.
Emiavar Emrys, spice merchant.
A trader?
In spices.
Uh-huh. And the woman?
My good man, we barely escaped death. Be so kind as to tell us where we might get some rest. We'll explain everything later.
Very well. Head for the market square. You might be in time for the execution. Some ne'er-do-wells are going to hang. A dwarf and some bard. There's also
Oh, really?
in the brothel.
Oh yeah, the brothel sounds especially interesting. Take care now.
I didn't catch it in the past when I played this. I didn't realize that Roach used the Nilfgaardian Emperor's name as his disguise. So, thank goodness these people are stupid and don't know much of worldly geography or politics. Ernest Blackhand. Don't know what his deal is. So yeah, it's been... I can't remember when I played this. It was like 2012, I think. I never really picked it up again since. But we're pretty much going to do the same thing I think I did last time. I'm just playing through this to refresh my memory on the story before starting the third game. Battle at the beginning. Yeah, like I said, I skipped the prologue, but we did go through that bit with Yorveth. Can I meditate yet? Good. I don't know why I don't remember when all these paths unlock. Weird that they are locked. Okay. The ability to throw daggers. Generation during combat. Ability to redirect arrows. I don't know if that means by blocking. No, Schrodinger's cat. This time I do not have mods because I made the mistake of installing a rebalance mod the first time I did an LP, and that contributed to most of my frustration during that period, which, to be fair, all it did was pretty much emphasize the problems with this game, but it just made them a lot worse. Yeah, I remember, yeah, that was around the period where I started trying to take things more seriously, and I started, like, listening to people's advice instead of half-assing it. I guess we'll do that and see how well that works. I get the feeling that needs to happen with, like, a perfect block. Okay, I don't remember how the mutation of skills really works. Yeah, we'll see if I get another rage montage out of this. Apparently I still have some leveling up to do. I realize I got 2 talents. I'll give that a shot. So, some dwarf and some bard are apparently about to be executed. I'm sure that has nothing whatsoever to do with us. Yeah, don't worry, I turned it off. I know that bard.
Dandelion.
And I know that dwarf.
Just great.
What's the plan?
We improvise.
With our fists.
We'll take care of this, Triss.
I always gotta leave her out of it. She's probably got more negotiating ability than a witcher and some asshole who can't stop starting fights. I gotta talk to this asshole.
White one.
Whoa, that was a little racist.
What are they going to hang for? They don't look dangerous.
The charge is collusion with a Scoia'tael.
Dandelion, an elven spy?
The bard's hanging for debauchery.
What?
The sentence was he's to hang for debauchery.
And a sentence is nothing to scoff at!
Are you serious? Listen here, people. Is profligacy now a punishable offense in the free kingdom of Temeria? Or are we in Nilfgaard?
The whole brothel have to be shut down.
Or you'll have me to deal with. Think of the common folk. You're spoiling their fun.
Well, a freak he may be, but he speaks true. Debauchery's one of my favorite pastimes, but I don't want a noose placed around my neck for pursuing it.
The soldier boys paid us a visit or two, though we didn't have much fun.
Away with you, Margot! Go back to your brothel!
Time to go? Fine. But hear this, people. He sure liked to parade about, but his Willie wouldn't come to attention. Ha!
Stop the execution.
Shut your trap! The singer's to hang and he will hang. This is a decent town. whores and witches notwithstanding.
Watch your words, guardsman! I don't know witches, but Margot's a decent woman!
Shut it, all of you! Or I'll not vouch for what I'll do.
Thinks he's tough, showing off his balls. Don't fret, people. I've seen the rot on them.
The hell just went dark.
For the last time, Margot!
You wouldn't hit a lady.
You're no lady!
No, that's a good observation there, buddy. Alright, so back to this bullshit. Wrong button. These shitty QTE fist fights. Yeah, I'm glad that we've kind of gotten past the point where people thought that was good, engaging gameplay. And she's dead. Well, can't save them all. I think I have... Oh, I have to... Fuck's sake. Okay, I pressed the wrong buttons and I still did that. I have the armor and everything from the import, but... I don't know, it like unequipped them for some reason. Which it's kind of weird that I have all my equipment considering I just broke out of jail. So unless Roach had them all nicely packed away for me.
What the hell is going on here? I said, what the arse fuck is going on?
No, you said what the hell is going on?
I'd like to report out of my sight, Clover. A few ploughing bandits and you can't even hang them. And you, stay calm, hands off your sword. Our scaffold embraces speeches and hangings. Which will it be?
You have no right to hang them.
Interesting. Because I'm the law in Flotsam.
I take issue with that. Vernon Roach, officer of the king.
Well, well. Blue Stripes. The non-human hunters.
Precisely. Anyone suspected of collaborating with the Scoia'tael falls under my jurisdiction.
And Dandelion? What's he accused of?
He burned down a watchtower. What's your jurisdiction say to that? I thought so.
Is that true?
It might have looked that way, but I swear it wasn't my fault.
Of course it wasn't.
I'd rather give you a thief. Relax. I'm joking. I hate thieves. We can put on another show. Bloody and serious this time, mind you. Or we can come to an understanding.
Meaning?
Give me a minute, Witcher. Listen here. You may have heard rumors of the tragic events that transpired during the siege of La Valette Castle. Sadly, they are true. King Foltest is dead. It's likely that Scoia'tael had a hand in this heinous murder. So you see, none of you can feel safe. That is why today, wagons with armaments will roll out into Flotsam streets. I hereby declare a state of emergency. Await orders. Prepare to fight. And ready yourselves to avenge your fallen king. Now disperse. Go to your homes.
Yeah, he's a dick. And it's unfortunate that if we side with the Scoia'tael, we don't get to deal with him. Especially because we see what scummy things he's really doing when we side with Roach. But unfortunately, we're doing the same thing. We're siding with Iorveth this time around, so...
Nice speech. You might as well have said outright that non-humans slew Foltest.
My subjects know exactly who the enemy is. Out in that forest, grow careless for a moment, and you're a dead man.
Whereas the non-humans here in town are all friendly.
Friendlier than the merciless bastards out there. We let the Scoia'tael inside, and they'll skin us alive. Just before they slit our throats. Here, even the slightest sense of safety is an illusion. We'll not succumb to it for a moment.
What about them?
They'll not hang for now. Let's say I'm reconsidering their cases. The scaffold's no place for civil conversation. We'll talk at my home. Your friends are free for the time being, but they're not to leave town. Come after dusk. I'll be busy till then. There's one more thing.
Oh my god, stop talking.
Welcome to Flotsam, Witcher.
I had to do that because your comment got auto-modded. So I'm gonna release that.
They were really going to hang us. I don't know. I didn't mean to torch that watchtower.
Everything's all right, Dandelion. Let's get out of here.
Oh, we owe you, Geralt. Thank you. Time to hit the tavern. Come on, Dandelion, you need a stiff drink. And while we're at it, I'll tell you an edifying tale of local hypocrisy that conceals lechery neath a veneer of courtesy.
So a lot of alliteration. No, that's not alliteration. Just rhyming. Good old Zoltan, somehow an even better poet than the practiced bard. I have it just because I know that I've been on like other people's channels. Yeah, Zoltan actually has like a facial structure. He's not just doesn't just look like a ball of clay that somebody punched a face into. But yeah, I just have the auto mod on just because I've been on other people's channels where they're just not paying attention for like a matter of minutes, and a bunch of like racist people suddenly show up and start ruining everything. So I'm just being careful. Endriga Necker, proclamation of pardon. Roll. Right. So I guess we'll grab all them contracts. Light that up for no reason. I will say, the biggest problem, which seemed to be a huge problem with games of this time, no matter what engine they were built on, is just how slowly textures load in when you change areas. Anyway, let's have a seat and have a drink.
Damn, that was close. Innkeep, vodka.
Triss Marigold. Lice eat me, but you are a treat to behold. Just a little pale.
Magic takes its toll, but I'll be all right. Good to see you and your beard again.
Can somebody tell me what happened? You set off a month ago for Zoltan's wedding.
Love got fucked. There will be no wedding.
Did you hear about Foltest?
Rumors travel faster than the wind.
Winds and rumors. I want to know the truth.
I want to know how Foltest died. And the dragon, was there really one there? And who rules Temeria now?
Dandelion, calm down. You'll choke on your liquor.
Actually, technically, I think the first game that showed a scabbard for swords was Ocarina of Time. But before this, I know Oblivion actually had scabbards for one-handed swords. And now, did this come out? This came out in 2010, didn't it? So this was before Skyrim, because I know Skyrim also had that. Oh, so it was 2011, so it was the same year as Skyrim. But I still think it came out before.
Triss, you're the expert on Temeria. Tell us who's in charge now.
It's chaotic and getting worse. The old families are fighting for supremacy, no holds barred.
Baron Kimbolt and Count Merivale, I bet.
Among others. After the assassination, while Geralt was in the dungeon, the lords convened in a field near Lavalette Castle to choose a new ruler. 3 days they debated, and it looked more like a bazaar than a meeting.
At some point, I'm probably going to start skipping dialogues because this takes forever.
Ministry positions, spheres of influence, royal privileges.
Humans.
In spite of several duels and 2 poisonings, no king was chosen. Civil war was in the air.
Did they ultimately resolve anything?
No, it ended as usual. Sadly, John Talus remains our only hope.
Ah, the victor at Brenna, and Foltest's most tried and true field commander.
During the deliberations, he was several days' march from Lavalette Lands, with an additional 2,000 armed men in tow. He's to keep the peace until a rightful monarch is chosen.
He could find that ruling is to his liking.
Natalis is a soldier at heart. He's not suited to rule, and I don't believe he even wants to.
He's got the army behind him.
Which is why he can guarantee peace. Why, a tenuous one, sure, but that's always better than civil war. Besides which, he's deeply in debt to a dwarven bank in which Philippa Eilhart as sorceress holds significant stake.
I'll turn up the audio a bit. Balancing on this game isn't too good, so the dialogues are often very quiet. Now, John Natalis is like the name that keeps kind of coming up every once in a while, and I always forget who he is, so hopefully he shows up in the glossary and I can keep up with that.
Where were the mages?
Aye. Where were the grey eminences of this world when they were truly needed?
They weren't invited. Neither was I. But if not for their intervention, or rather that of a few influential sorceresses, Baron Kimbolt would have taken the throne.
I was invited to sing at his court once. Afterwards, he refused to pay me, and the food was awful. No way I'll stay in Temeria if he's crowned.
I think I've heard enough about politics. The dragon. Well, the dragon appeared, and that's all I know.
But where did the Lavalettes get a dragon? We heard it fought on their side, huge as a barn, they say.
Dragons don't usually take sides. Maybe its lair was nearby and it just felt threatened.
If you hadn't driven it off, Foltest might not have taken the castle.
Maybe. We'll never know for sure. No wedding, Zoltan.
The Breckenrigs broke off the engagement because some limp prick put it about that I joined the uprising in Vizima. My would-be Papa-in-law refused to let a rebel firebrand join the family. Innkeep, where's our drink?
It was like this. We got to Mahakam a week after the Grand Master died. Bought Zoltan an absolutely grand doublet, a pair of Garibaldi Krakau's, and as a gift for Eudora, a jade stone as big as my fist.
You were broke as a joke by the time Dandelion threw me a bachelor party at an establishment called the Tight Lane.
Next day, we went over to the Breckenrigs. They welcomed us in, sat us down, and proceeded to discuss the superiority of Mahakaman mining know-how over any other. And that went on until dinner. Just when I thought I'd learned more than I ever wanted to know about mining, they served the soup.
You could have held a pin drop. Old Breckenrig rose and he says, "A real dwarf works a mine, not chases fame on the battlefield."
You'll never believe this, Geralt, but they served duck blood soup. It was as black as tar. They must have dropped lumps of coal into the pot.
"Eat," Breckenrig says, then proceeded to slurp 2 full bowls of the shite. Old goat. Hope his mind caves in on his head.
Well, that's a shame. Don't know why my voice is cracking. Yeah, I don't know why. Obviously, they changed Zoltan's voice just because he got a new voice actor. It's not like, I don't think they gave him directions, say, hey, be Irish. But I don't mind it. I like the idea that the dwarves have like an Irish kind of thing to them. Sometimes they're showing off more Scottish, but...
Laredo said you're working with the Scoia'tael, Zoltan.
I have done many things in my life, Geralt, but I have never stooped to banditry.
Well, you definitely were part of the uprising of Vizima, so I don't know why you're trying to deny that.
I am no Scoia'tael.
Since when have you worked for Roach?
Hey, nobody said a word when you went out to save Temeria from the Grand Master and his mutants.
Relax, Dandelion. I was just asking. Do what you want. You're an adult, kind of.
That wasn't very supportive.
Laugh away. At least I decided to do something constructive.
You used to spy for Redania. Now you're spying for Temeria. Some might call you a traitor.
Ever tried to live off of poetry alone? The truth is, I'm a citizen.
Not even secretly. He was in open warfare in the old Vizima district.
Leave him be, Geralt. He'll play the spy a bit, get bored, and drop it. You know how he is.
It's kind of funny that we're talking about Dandelion's shifting loyalties right in front of the man he's working for now.
Foltest's killer lay in wait in
And
the tower.
Vernon Roach has absolutely nothing to say during this whole dialogue.
Wait a minute. What were you doing there?
I was protecting the king. After the first attempt, Foltest began treating me as his lucky charm. He ordered me to be at his side during the battle. The dragon separated us from the rest of the army. The killer disguised himself as a monk, a blind one at that. He let Foltest greet his children, waited until I had walked off, then cut the king's throat from ear to ear.
How did he flee?
Jumped out a window into the river below. Yor with Scoia'tael were waiting in a boat. It was planned.
And you're chasing him because he murdered the king?
I was accused of the murder. I need to clear my name. Besides, I looked him in the eye before he escaped. He's a witcher. Then some brave Temerian soldiers showed up, piled on me, and knocked me out.
Oh boy, more shit's going down.
Save yourselves, good folk! The beast attacks!
We better get out there. Someone's casting spells.
Yeah, don't say. Well, that's a big old tentacle. What's the name of that woman from Power Rangers, like Rita Repulsa or something? It just dawned on me how much this woman reminds me of her.
Sorceress are you? A lot of good you did.
She drove it off,
Didn't
didn't she?
you hear me? Why didn't you help him?
He's alive, isn't he?
The beast nearly pulled him in the water while you stood staring like a calf at a shit-covered clover.
Watch your words.
Where's this beast?
Ask her.
Geralt.
Ah, I guess we knew each other.
Oh, look here. Birds of a feather.
Let's say I've heard of you.
Master Witcher, this is foolish. The beast near pulled Sozek into the depths, and you're simply chatting with this damsel.
Well, why don't you fucking help him then?
All right. What happened?
I came to Flotsam to kill the Kairan,
Kairan?
the monster that has effectively blocked the port. A moment ago, I had the good fortune to see it in all its splendor, but the local folk scared it away.
You're the one who blasted
good
it.
fortune. You hear that, Sozek? That was some good fortune for you.
Why's the beast in the port all of a sudden, eh? Summoned by the witch, perchance?
Oh, God.
To see it in all
One
its
second, please.
splendor.
Maybe I should turn off the auto mod, because apparently it thought that quote there was too aggressive. This is the first time Automod has ever actually, like, repeatedly caught someone. Guy needs to put. That was what was blocked. I have to, like, screen cap this or something. This is ridiculous. Add permitted term. Guy needs to put. Oh my god, Twitch is so stupid.
Sozek doesn't look too good. Lay him inside somewhere.
Oh, you're trying that black magic on me? Come on, lads. This sorcerer's eager for a thrashing.
Are you kidding me? I just started a fish fight. Well, that's two people who now need medical attention.
I apologize for interrupting, but I am Louis Merce, and I am chief person in charge of all matters related to monster hunting in Flotsam. It is in this capacity that I must inquire if you're willing to attempt to resolve the problem of our so-called Kairan, the beast that now blocks all trade traffic on the river.
So, Witcher, are we willing?
I don't know, are we?
I was here first, and I'll not relinquish this contract. My way or the highway, as the locals put it.
Fine. Your way it is.
You must contact the merchants on the waterfront as regards any rewards. Madame de Tanseville has, I believe, already conducted some preliminary negotiations.
That I have.
In that case, don't let me keep you.
You might want to put the cap on that inkwell there, because it's going to dry out.
Triss, how long must I wait for you to introduce us?
Sheila de Tanserville, advisor to Queen Zulika of Kovir.
Kovir's a long way north.
True. I had my doubts if the Kayran was worth the journey, but those were dispelled with what it showed today.
Here to hunt down some ingredients?
Triss Merigold. Sharp as ever.
You're thinking that...
Troll eyes, ghoul venom, virgin's blood, all those disgusting marvels we take from dying species. To throw into the cauldron at Sabbaths. Right, Triss?
Absolutely. Virgins are a dying breed.
Oh my. Your sense of humor seems to be intact too. But enough of these pleasantries. Tell me, Geralt. You saw the tentacle. What do you make of it all?
The beast must be huge. Maybe inhabited one of the Pontar's tributaries before, hunting animals. Then it grew for some reason, and hunger drove it to seek fresh pastures.
And on the Pontar it found trade barges burgeoning with obese, slow-moving merchants. You're partly correct. Cedric claims the Kayran emerged from the northern swamps approximately 1 month past.
Cedric?
An elf. Formerly a Scoia'tael. Strange bird. But he knows quite a bit about the area and its living wonders.
I need to look around, find out a few things.
An investigation. Witches' rituals, extracting secrets and such.
More or less. I'll talk to the merchants about the reward, pay Cedric a visit and get back to you.
You'll find me at the inn. I've rented lodgings there, on the upper floor.
You know the inn's also a whorehouse.
Thanks for the warning.
Was that supposed to be an aside? Yeah, I turned off motion blur, and actually I forgot I can't do any fucking graphics options in the game because this game's stupid. But I'm not about to shut it off. I hate level of detail, honestly. I usually turn it off, but I don't know if there's the option to turn it off in dialogues. Anyway. I gotta reset my UI here. And Geralt went invisible. Also, I'm going to... turn everything else down a little bit. Because the dialogue is just way too quiet in almost all these scenes.
You free? No. Working my arse off like a stuff.
How's it living with Roach's soldiers?
Splendid. I know every shit joke that anyone's ever thought up. Plus, I've learned how to burp out the official title of the Emperor of Nilfgaard without reaching for beer. Shorty's told me about his 16 children, all named after Temerian troop divisions, and I know his nickname has nothing to do with his manhood. Nice to
How'd you learn that?
Care, though.
Glad to see you in a good mood.
I think I actually like them. They're good people. One of them even proposed to me.
Who's the brave man?
Sorry, that's a secret.
And here I thought Roach's boys had an ounce of respect for me. The massacre in Rivia, it came back to me, I remember. The angry mob murdering non-humans, a young boy with a pitchfork.
Anything else?
Death, or a state close to it, I'm not sure. I felt life draining out of me.
I was there. I arrived a moment later. Too late.
Don't worry, Triss. They're only memories. We have bigger problems to tackle now. Something tells me that in recovering my memory, I'll find out a lot about what we're dealing with now.
Wouldn't that be convenient? So, let's see here. We have a journal. I want to check out... John Natalis. Yeah, this is a guy I keep forgetting about. Best remember those who mark... Constable of Temeria is one such person. Supreme Commander of the Cumulative Forces of the North at the Battle of Brenna. Natalis fought valiantly, commanded wisely, contributed vastly to the victory, but despite being outnumbered by the enemy 2-1. Did not rest on his laurels. Instead, he pursued the foe, routing him... Nuntius? Lattice? What the hell does that mean? Or nearly so, leaving but a few stragglers to flee beyond the Yaruga. Grand Vizima now bears his name. Regent of Temeria. So he's just like a, it's basically the, what's the dude from Lord of the Rings in Gondor? The steward. I forget his name. Thanks, Triss. Yeah, I mean, it's not like that was a great big secret, but at least now we finally visualized it. It's weird, is there... Okay, there the music finally came in.
I know your kind.
Sound like Roach.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Welcome to my modest shop.
What do you deal in?
All kinds of incense mainly. For meditation, rejuvenation, cooking, making medicine, rituals, whatever you require.
Never heard of incense used in cooking. But he has alchemy ingredients. Amethyst dust. I don't have much money. Oil increases damage by 5%. I think I already have better oils than that. Actually, I have a shit ton of oils that I think were just dumped in my inventory as like a, I don't know, maybe some special DLC I somehow got. I can't remember. Do merchants in this game buy anything? If they do, I'm gonna sell it all. Okay, they actually have limited money though. I don't need that. I don't remember. Do you need stuff in your inventory in order to... Like, do you read them like you used to, or do you actually have to keep them in your inventory to know the recipe? Denethor, that was his name, yeah. I'll sell all the junk and check and see if I have the best equipment on right now and what I should sell. And I love how like the frickin' like pop-ups show up over the inventory, so I can't even see what I'm looking at until it goes away. Oh my god. So annoying. I think we need trousers. Yeah, I don't understand why, like, at least a functional UI, why you feel the need to make a massive change, considering it almost always ends up worse. If you're gonna make any changes, just try and improve it, some quality of life improvements. This whole consoleized UI is just god-awful. Let's see what we got here. Short gauntlets. Got the herbalist gloves. I don't know why I had so much trouble saying that. Heliotrope sign duration. What the hell's a heliotrope sign? +7 or plus... What? Raven's armor is so much better than that. Oh, I'll sell the rest of the crap.
Welcome to my...
And I'm guessing we don't need that. Oh, hang on, that's my ordnance on the top. I thought that was his. I don't remember how this game works. Another thing, which I kind of wish they had just... Like... maybe not. Because I'm remembering in the first Witcher how in safe areas you could not draw your weapon unless combat was initiated. In this game you can draw it whenever. It'll piss people off. You need to be careful. But at least it avoids the bugs where you have to wait until somebody's basically hitting you before you can draw your weapon. But it still has a problem where you get hit out of cutscenes. And well, I didn't choose the pants, alright? It's kind of funny that I don't have... I don't have... The only part of the Raven's armor I apparently kept was the... Like, doublet in the chainmail. I think this guy has...
What do you want?
Heard you.
armor.
The sorceress said
she's a...
And who's...
That's what
The sorceress was to manage a loan.
A contract like that requires preparations.
You want an advance? I've but a handful of orans now.
I was thinking of... Now tell me what you...
You're the Witcher, Dan.
Who could tell me?
That ploughing...
Where can I...
In the... Now...
Alright. Well, we got 200 orans out of that, so that's nice. I guess he is not the merchant. I think this guy is the merchant. The mysterious merchant. Who barely speaks. He's got, I think, much better weapons than I got. And it sucks that you can't see the weapons you have equipped when you're going through the menus. But yeah, I think his weapons are way better. This obviously is not. Which is funny because these weapons we have equipped were some of the best weapons in the first Witcher, and now they're garbage. Yeah, exactly.
Flotsam's got a garrison. We don't need a Witcher.
Well, it sure seems like you do, because
What do you want me to do?
you haven't dealt with a tentacle beast yet. Alright, I don't know, maybe just for some leveling up, we'll run and do a bunch of contracts real quick. This is not the way to the contracts.
Where might you be going?
What kind of question is that? Anyway, know where I can find an elf named Cedric?
Don't get involved in this.
You did turn pale when we met Sheila.
You must have imagined that.
I know you too well.
Sheila's one of the most powerful sorceresses.
That's no reason to fear her.
She can't be trusted, in my experience. I know her to be devious and manipulative.
AKA a sorceress.
She's well aware you lost your memory, yet pretended she didn't know.
And why would she do that?
I don't know. Her true intentions have always been hard to fathom.
I'll see if I can't learn what they are.
How?
I'll go hunting with her, right after I find Cedric.
Well, then let's go see him. He should be at the top of his observation tower.
I'm glad you know exactly where he is somehow. So, I don't know if we ever find out there's a cutscene, I think, in the move to chapter 3 in the first Witcher, where we see see Triss talking through a magic mirror to another sorceress. I don't remember if we ever found out who that was. I don't think any of the sorcerers get along with each other, in spite of the fact that they're all part of the same guild. That's kind of the point, is she is kind of... Triss obviously is a little shicey as well. Just kind of comes with the profession. Oh god. Okay, thanks for not attacking, Geralt. Okay. You literally cannot step outside the gate without getting attacked. I forgot what I was talking about. Philippa? Yeah, I don't remember. Well, let's head back inside. You know, may I just point out that a guard napping on his halberd is exactly what led to Foltest getting killed.
Hey, boss. Look who's graced our smithy.
Our smithy?
That titan of the art of smithing can't hear us. Busy. Work's a blur in his hands. And how are you, Witcher? Things working out for you?
Nice workshop.
Bah, it's no workshop, just a simple forge. But thanks for the compliment, both in my name and the Master's. So, how can we help you, eh?
Alright. So we can have stuff crafted. I have to remember how the crafting system works in this game. That's a trap. Those are the only diagrams we have. I have to remember if we need recipes in our inventory to... I can't use them, so I don't think it's about reading them. I actually think you do need to keep them, which is annoying because they have weight.
So
Well, we can craft a meteorite. Oh, wow. Another thing I must say is, like, buying diagrams I don't think is that useful, because, look, 164 for the diagram. Although we do have what we need to make this. Let me see if that's worth doing. That, please. No, apparently we don't need no more lumber. So it was like, what, 160 for that plus 64 to craft it. And how much was this guy selling that very same sword for?
Let's go kill some monsters. I think the stew's ready.
Quiet, woman. Artist at work.
Guy's selling the same sword for 313, so for like... Yeah, for like 80 more gold, or orens, you can just buy this sword instead of crafting it.
You might want to stir it.
I don't stir. I work the material.
Guy's as fussy about his cooking as Oscar is about metalworking from the First Risen. Okay, you can't go in there. Oh, there's a guy.
Hey there, Witcher! Are you Geralt of Rivia, sir?
Who's asking?
Thank you, Master, for what you did outside La Valette Castle.
Our family would have perished if not for you. Please accept this modest gift.
I can't accept this.
But...
Give my regards to your relatives.
Way Victus. I think this is the guy who's like comes from Taller, I think.
Witcher Geralt, known also as the White Wolf.
Am I that hard to distinguish from the locals?
Taller warned me you'd be catty.
Taller sent you?
Indeed. I'm on business here, so he insisted I give you a message and a package.
What's the message?
I quote him faithfully. Listen to Roach in every ploughing thing, because though he's a prick, he's also a patriot. Vultures already circle Foltest's corpse, but I'll manage. Get the sons of bitches and keep your head cool. P.S. You really fucked up at the castle.
Whoops.
Give me the package.
Take it. It's a weight off my mind, I tell you. I wouldn't make much of an agent. All that secrecy and nerves and cursing, not my style. Good luck to you. I'm off to tend to my matters.
Godspeed.
Oh,
Are you sure about that? Because I swear I had the same dialogue with Taller when I did the default save. I know Ada was dead. Because Foltest mentioned it. And the funny thing is, Ada just doesn't get mentioned by Foltest at all in the intro, if she's still alive. Fortunately, I don't know what just happened. Why did I put my boots away? I hate this menu. Acquired knowledge. We got a leather enhancement. I guess we'll upgrade the armor for whatever reason. Well, we need to talk to Cedric.
dwarves stealing bread from the mouths of honest craftsmen.
Yeah, I don't know. I know they wanted more characters from the first game to show up in this, but just kind of ran out of time to implement them. That's why no matter what path you went with, or romance, whether you did Shani or Triss, you end up with Triss anyway.
Here comes the Witcher. Think he'll agree?
No, I don't know. Should we just walk up and ask him like that?
How about I ask you?
Ha! Greetings. A word, if you will.
You see, we've created an alchemical substance and we wish to test it in Vizima, in a laboratory.
Seeing as you're a Witcher, we wondered if you'd be willing to test it in practice.
In a year or two, given the occasion, you could visit us in Vizima. We'd examine you and reward you generously.
We need to study its long-term effects. We can't say more.
Are you in?
Why not?
Splendid!
Yeah, I'm up for any random
Excellent.
experimentation on my
Now,
body.
If you could also keep a journal of the experiment.
Don't overdo it.
Okay. So I don't know exactly what we did there. I don't remember what that is. Yeah, and that's all it is. They're just like, oh yeah, that didn't work out, so you go back with Triss anyway, who, if you sided with Shani, should theoretically still be really pissed off at you for letting Alvin go to Shani, especially considering you almost justify her anger when Alvin disappears. That was so you couldn't keep a handle on him. I remember there's like a it's like a barber or hairdresser somewhere around here. Which is kind of funny because if I remember correctly, you can't see what the new haircuts look like until after you pay for it, and they all look worse than this default one. If I needed...
Well, I had an inkling and it didn't disappoint me. It was a long voyage to this cesspit, but it's about to make sense. Voltest's killer, live and in person. How are you? Happy and healthy?
Can't complain.
I am delighted, really. But you see, it's a long way back to Vizima, and I'd rather not dawdle. I lost a load of time looking for you.
No reason to waste any more talking then. Bon voyage.
Listen, Jester. You're worth more to me alive, but if need be, I will take you back as a corpse. You choose.
All right. Give it a shot.
Drop your sword and put your hands together, or I'll not vouch for what...
Shut up. Go ahead. Try to kill me.
This actually reminds me of the scene from not Flotsam, Lothering in Dragon Age, where you really have no choice but to fight these assholes. There's no like negotiating with them. So there's that wonderful backstab mechanic in play there. This little chump just winging me on the back, and it does way more damage than they do from the front. These guys also have a lot of hit points. Holy Christ. I love how the guys, even with their shitty little bucklers, act like a normal shield-wearing like soldier. Oh my goodness. You might want to surrender, you fool. No, I'm not talking about the bandits. There's like that random group of like peasants who are just like, don't know if you actually killed Kaelin, but I don't really care because the reward's gonna feed a lot of people. And that's what I mean, like they, just a bunch of like random chumps just draw like clubs and hatchets and shit and come after you. And there's no negotiating with them. In this case, Geralt just straight up didn't even want to try, he was just like taunting them. But it's just a pointless aside. A waste of time. Where is Cedric? Up here somewhere, I think. Oh, that's right, he's in a watchtower that's like built into a tree. So as with before, I don't think I'm going to go through all the bloody contracts and everything, but I probably will if the rewards seem decent. I just remember some of the ones like the Endrika contracts are a pain in the ass. Oh, there's Triss.
In Belk. It'll be nearly a year now.
Moril would delight in a day like this, Saharan. Enjoy the memory of her. Don't wallow in the long run.
I try. I do. But I cannot believe all the bad blood this disappearance has bred.
Don't let others' shay poison your memory of her. Hatred is but an outlet for helplessness.
Thank you, Cedric. Vafael.
Vafael.
It's funny how, like, philosophical and, you know, poignant his dialogue is when he sounds like he's slower than Forrest Gump.
Are you Cedric?
Who asks?
Geralt of Rivia.
Ah, the Witcher. And?
Triss Marigold.
Lovely scent, Triss.
What a creep.
Cedric, look at me.
What do you want, Geralt of Rivia?
I aim to kill the Karen. Heard you might be able to help.
That
Oh, is he drunk? I
sort of
guess I never
aid
picked
you
up on that before.
I need information.
We should have killed it years ago. Now I don't know. The beast has become too large for the riverbed, and it has strange growths on its tentacles, extremely thick skin. Previously, it inhabited a swamp along one of the Pontar's tributaries. Completely wild terrain. Even the Scoia'tael don't venture there. You should go see the wreck of the boat it recently sank. Inspect any traces it's left. See the destruction.
Where's this wreck?
Venture south into the forest, then turn east.
Yeah. No, I'm actually going... The hell's... Who the hell is that? Oh, right. I forgot Triss just does that. No, I'm not going with a different path, because I'm kind of keeping up the same story from when I did my Witcher 2 run. That I just want to be able to, if possible, import it into The Witcher 3. Cedric, I really wasn't done with you. I don't know why you're walking away. To follow you down these slow-ass ladders.
I need to make a few orens. You wouldn't happen to have a job for a Witcher, would you?
There's never a shortage of work for a Witcher in this forest. It's positively teeming with beasts. Though I'm not surprised they come here in droves.
Know why that is?
Cursed places attract all sorts of scum, like dung attracts flies. There was once a great house in the clearing. They locked up lunatics there. During the war with Nilfgaard, it was razed in a fire. The lunatics broiled. The ruins remain cursed to this day.
A great house, you say?
It was an old manor house that was converted into a mental institution. Reverend Mercier locked them. If you find the two people lost in the ruins of the mental...
No harm.
Yeah, I'm just gonna... All these, like, side quest things I'm just gonna kind of skip through.
This area, and I could use some advice.
I'm no witcher. I set traps, snared.
I'm aiming a little higher than...
The old man? Meaning the Karen? Listen, I'm not one to teach your grandmother to suck eggs. You witchers know your work. But
what kind?
Puncturing trap, immobilizing trap, even decoys to pull monsters into an ambush. Whatever you like. Since I can easily finish off an ensnared Necker, it's...
Yeah, well, I'm not fussed with Neckers. I'm more fussed with the Karen.
The elf woman you were talking about. How did she disappear?
Saharim believes the forest took her.
What do you believe?
Moril simply vanished, almost a year ago now. Some say she was too beautiful, and Dwan must have harmed her.
You believe that?
If I have no evidence before me, I try to trust my feelings. And they tell me the forest did not take her.
Why would you keep that from Saharim?
Because it's meaningless. Perhaps she was murdered, perhaps she departed on her own, never to return. She's gone, and neither I nor Saharim can reverse that.
Who exactly are you?
One who warns humans against the dangers that lurk in the forest.
Care to clarify?
I am old, even for an elf. Yet the forest is older. I've lived at times I make...
So you...
I just know if it's safe to venture.
Maybe I'll come back when you're sober.
You witches live a long life. You may indeed get to see that day.
Alright, so there's the truth there.
What are the Scoia'tael fighting for?
Do you ask about the old ones, who hoped to restore our race to its previous glory? Or about the young ones, who fight for survival and out of suicidal revenge?
Yorvith's warriors.
They believe they are still independent, and that there is but one just way to view their cause. In truth, however, they're but a shadow of the Enshe's former glory. They cling to delusions to the very moment when a sword or a noose ends their life, or until they realize the truth themselves, which is, I believe, the worst.
Well, what you got for trade? You got crafting ingredients, diagrams, Caver and Carapace armor reinforcements. We don't need that now. Make daggers. Is he having to sell any timber? That'd be helpful. He does. He happens to have 2 of them. Let's go and craft that sword, I guess. That's my problem. Another kind of trendy thing this game fell into is the crafting system, which is just have a shit ton of things you can craft using a shit ton of materials with really no good way to kind of keep up with everything you're trying to do. I think the worst game for that was probably Dragon's Dogma, but this one's kind of annoying as well. I can tell just from the sound of my voice I'm about to get very sick. It's unfortunate. Made it through the holidays. Now that I'm about to go back to work, suddenly I get sick. Goddamn motorcycles. Alright, I will be right back. Gotta use the restroom, and this room's getting very warm, so I'm gonna open the windows for a bit. But I don't want the noise from the street interfering with the stream, so I just gotta leave them open for a few minutes.
Solace swaying in the breeze. But when soul lies anxious, wide awake, fearing all manner of ghouls, hags, and wraiths. For your dolly Polly sleep has flown. Don't dare let her tremble alone, for the witcher, heartless cold, paid in coin of gold. He comes, he'll go, leave naught behind but heartache and woe. Deep, deep woe. Beards are silent for the night. Cows turned in as daylight dies. But when soul lies anxious, wide awake, fearing all manner of ghouls, hags, and wraiths. My dear dolly Polly, shut your eyes, lie still, lie silent, utter no cries as the witcher, brave and bold, paid in coin of gold. He'll chop and slice, you cut and dice, you eat, you uphold.
That was a pertinent song to end this break on. Alright, and I've also elected during that break to make myself a big old mug of some hot tea. See if that, just to try and avoid my voice failing me in the middle of all this. Alright, so we got to go to... Which one's the way out? Not that one. We go to the Caven's lair. In reality, it's just some kind of shipwreck. I don't know why the ship is wrecked in a dry sort of... I don't know what you call it, like a depression in the ground. I remember there being some like really tough kind of side quests in this chapter. Not to mention all of the asshole monsters we face around here. What do we got for potions? One swallow, a lapwing. Not gonna help. I guess we'll just stick with the swallow for now. Could be too intense of a situation we're walking into. Gotta watch Geralt shrug before we can move on. Trap here. A lot of traps, in fact. That was wrong. The only animations we ever see for using items are traps, apparently. Which I guess makes sense because obviously we can set these down ourselves. What I hate is how close you have to get just to disarm it. The fact that Geralt tends to take another like half step when you try to stop walking. Liable to just walk into it. Yeah, I swear it used to be like 5 minutes. I don't know what's changed. All I know is that mod I unfortunately installed back in the day actually upped it to an hour. It was a lot nicer. 1 second, please. Alright. I remember there being like a group of bandits on this approach here. Which is annoying because obviously Triss got to avoid them thanks to her teleport. But I have to take them head on. Alright, how do you use bombs? Like this. Wham bam. And there goes Geralt, just stopping his swing in the middle of the wind-up. We done? Why are these guys just carrying ladders in their pockets? Put that out for safety's sake. And I need another sip. I hate that feeling when I'm getting a cold. I can just feel like a burning, like itching in the back of like my throat, in a spot where I can never actually like like clear my throat or like drink anything to kind of soothe it.
Come to Papa! Death to all shit-eaters!
What I love about the shield guys is once you like stagger them and they go to their knee, you just gotta do a regular attack, like a regular light attack on their back and they'll fall over. At that point they are at my mercy. I cannot imagine that holding up this pass is very profitable for banditry. There's good old Triss just beyond the danger zone.
I wonder what's left of that wreck Cedric mentioned.
Let's find
If
out.
the Karen attacked the boat, it's not likely to be much. We're looking for traces of the beast, not boats.
If I'm not mistaken, this is where we actually end up fighting it, isn't it? I remember the Karen fight also ends up being one of those stupid like QTE boss fights by the end of it. And it's one of them gimmick style fights where like there's one thing you have to do, which in this case I think you gotta set the Eardin traps, and then as it gets stunned then you start hacking off its tentacles or something like that. It went horribly and I just beat the shit out of everybody. Because the stealth system in this game did not deserve to exist.
Yeah, strange place for an evening walk.
Unless you're looking for adventure.
Well, whose footy prints might those be?
Medallion's vibrating.
Is it? Well that... Oh, shit. Totally did not see those. I'm not doing well. God dang it all. I don't know why Geralt needs like so much flourish when he does run and stab.
Examine the trace of a ram stuffed with sulfur and a dead cobbler. Straight out of Eastern legends. Not good enough for the Karen, though.
What's Cobbler doing here?
A ram stuffed with sulfur and a dead cobbler. Straight.
Also, that doesn't look like a ram. That just looks like a sheep. Why do the drowners have, like, bolts of cloth on them?
I'm glad you're here.
Well, it didn't look particularly seaworthy. Okay, found something. Guessing there was some mucus. Some mucus. Okay, I found something else. I actually don't remember what I'm looking for here. It says find a sample of mucus. I guess is not actually on the boat. That looks all mucusy over there.
Wait a minute.
What are you going to do?
Cast a simple diagnostic spell. It should answer a few questions.
Diagnostic spell, eh? We're not here to be its friggin'...
This monster's sick, Geralt. It's dying.
How much time does it have left?
A few years? Perhaps a decade and change?
Too long.
Too long. What's wrong with it? Any information could be useful.
The diagnostic spell showed that some of the cells in its body have mutated.
It's interesting that they know about biology down to a cellular level in this fictional fantasy world.
What makes you think it's dying? I mean, I'm a mutant.
The mucus cells I diagnosed are very similar to cancer cells. In some ways, they're more effective than healthy cells, but they're out of control. They converge to create a red tissue. Very unpleasant.
The poor thing.
But you brought up an interesting point. Want to know the core difference between mutants and non-mutants?
Of course I do.
The changes made through alchemy and magic in your body would require thousands of years to develop on their own. This development would result from genetic errors that would cause your body to adapt, become a more efficient organism, effectively mutate, but over a very long time. When this development occurs over millennia, across multiple generations, we proudly call it natural selection, evolution. When it occurs quickly, in a single
That sounds like
organism
blasphemy.
or a few representatives of a species, we frown on it as mutation.
And here I thought you liked me. What else?
The Kayran's highly venomous.
Any ideas for an antidote?
Your Witcher's metabolism should neutralize small doses of the toxin. But if I were you, I wouldn't rely on my mutations alone. An Ostmark potion should do the trick.
I know the herb, but haven't the faintest where I might find it around here. I need to think, figure out how I want to fight the Kayran. Maybe I won't need the potion.
Do what you will, but don't say I didn't warn you. Sheila might be eager to get this done, but before you go see her, ask some of the locals about Ostmark. You could try Cedric. Here's the formula for the potion. I need to take care of some things. Manage without me for a while? See you.
And she doesn't even offer us a trip back to town. God. I can't tell, but I think the timer for potions does tick down during dialogue, which is annoying. I need a mongoose. Alright, well, I guess we'll head back to Cedric. Or maybe we'll just hit up some contracts on the way back. I know we need to deal with a troll. Let's see what we actually got going on. Troll trouble. Huntable only if evil. Right, I forgot I gotta go see Laredo, which I really don't want to do because he's an asshole. Times like this, I wish for a sprint button in these old games. I gotta say though, this game still looks absolutely stunning. I don't even think frickin' Fallout 76 looks half as good as this. Not that I ever played it, but what I've seen. It does have some running problems though. I get frame rate dips, skips, and all sorts of shit from when it just starts loading stuff in. Actually, I remember this forest in particular had a tendency to hang up for a few minutes. I know there's like bear traps and shit all around. Gotta watch out for. That's a foot. Wrong sword. Wrong sword. Where's this loot? Apparently there's something else. Oh, this guy's getting fucked. Can you actually hit a bitch?
Thank you, Master.
You're welcome.
Drives me mad. This cursed wood is full of scum, and that Horson has lost his mind.
What Horson?
The troll! For years he's been collecting tolls at the bridge, for which is to keep the bridge tidy and drive away the scum.
What's the problem then?
Merchants from the port sent me to find out the what and why, seeing as this is the only path out to the port inland. But I found the bridge in ruins, and that cheeky cocksucker asked for liquor to let me pass. Across that pile of rubble, I says, and he smacks me so hard I see stars.
Laredo's put a price on his head.
If Laredo had his way, he'd cut us off from the world, that son of a bitch. We need a bridge, but a working one. And we need a troll, but a sober one. If you're looking to make some coin, hold off on killing the troll and see the village chief instead. He'll tell you all you need to know.
Okay, I think we can actually talk to the troll first. So this is an interesting twist on the old fable of the bridge troll. Only instead of just guarding the bridge, he's actually a contracted maintenance crew for it. Who doesn't seem to be living up to his end of the bargain. Remember there's, yes. So the circles of power now work a little bit differently in this game. If I'm not mistaken, this game also has the same problem, whoops, of, generating a new save file every time you quick save. Yeah, so that's very irritating. Oh shit, I stepped on a trap. It's funny how the traps you can't recover if you accidentally set them off. Oh no, you can. My mistake. Could you? Nope, can't because of this. God dang it all. Oh my goodness. You and your charging bullshit. Interesting attempt at making like a wet surfaces effect, but it looks a little weird because it's more like a filter that goes over the entire environment. But even nowadays, a lot of games don't bother doing that kind of thing. I will say though, for all its faults, Arcania actually had a really good implementation of that effect. Because it would actually kind of puddle depending on like the surface texture. Did you keep going, Witcher, Geralt? They almost have like eyeballs on their carapace. On their thorax or whatever part of the spider anatomy that is. Oh, Jesus. That was dirty. Another flaw this game had, in my opinion, is the encumbrance. They decided to actually add a weight to everything. Instead of having a limited space inventory, it's a limited weight. And that was not a good idea. It really annoys me when you collect a bunch of herbs and suddenly one puts you beyond the ability to actually jog. I remember there being much point to this. Unless this is where the, that old mansion was, isn't it? Oh no, there's bandits out here. That's a hanging elf. He's so stubborn about drawing his frickin' sword. Oh my goodness. He hit me when he was like a mile away. Hey, there's that wonderful backstab mechanic working in my favor. Did you hit the bitch? There's really the lack of like any what do you call it? Like feedback when you parry that makes the perfect parry system so hard to really get used to. I also hate the fact that heavy attacks don't have that like propulsion effect, like that gap clearing thing. So like the light attacks do, so a guy who's like a mile away can close the gap with a normal attack. I don't really remember what's all over here. Oh, there's a house. House of banditos, and I just stepped on another trap. I just stepped on another trap. Oh my goodness, dude. God damn it all. But I hate when one guy can just shrug off the trap. Or the bomb. Gosh darn it all. That did not go where I wanted. Well, I stunned him at least. And that'll about do it. Yeah, it is nice versus the unfortunate mod that I installed in my LP that can actually take more than 2 hits. Of course, I can't interact with the traps because this naked asshole. The problem with traps in games like this is that you're the one who has to walk into these encounters every time, so setting traps during a fight is obviously not an option. Trying to set them up beforehand to lead enemies back into it can just be really annoying. Also feels really cheesy. Key required. Okay, I don't have the key. Which means next time I come back here, all these bandits are gonna be respawned. Ugh. Oh, goodness. I'm really collecting all these traps just so I can sell them. I don't think they fetch too much, but at this point, every little bit helps. Well, these Temerian soldiers are dead as fuck. Curious what these notes say. Fucking roots. Any fast travel in this game? I honestly don't remember. I can't even move the map, so I guess not. As far as fast travel, I know a lot of people kind of bitch about it as like the casualization of RPGs. I like the idea of either item-based fast travel, like you have to find, for example, the teleporter stones in Gothic, or sort of like hub-based fast travel, where you can only travel to like primary locations, like towns. But I wish this game had that. Seeing as we have to constantly travel out and then just follow the same path back, it's not like we're going to have any new encounters on the way back. And all I'm doing is getting myself lost. Let's see if we can speak with the old troll while we're here.
No.
No what?
No.
No passage. Give vodka you passage.
Do I look like an innkeeper to you?
No vodka. No passage.
Oh, he mad. Alright, well, we'll leave him be for now. I hope he doesn't stay mad. What else do we have for contracts while I'm out here? Oh, was it? I don't know what they added in the enhanced edition as far as content. I almost walked into that one. If I'm not mistaken, a lot of the prologue was also added in the enhanced edition. People felt like they didn't have enough of a tutorial. Frankly, I think the prologue is pretty shitty. Wrong sword. Why is there no sound effects when I'm slashing them fools? Oh, you big bitch. Why do they keep going down? Those little ones kept going away. What the fuck are you doing? Stay up here. I'm trying to kill yous. I didn't know that about the hairstylist. Yeah, this was the only version I ever played, so... don't I need to blow these up? Isn't that how this works? Yeah, I just blasted myself. Oh god. I think I do need to blow up the nests, but I need a particular bomb to do it. Right, that's the other thing. You learn about monsters by killing enough of them, and I think that increases... or improves the drops they give, but also helps you finish the contracts. You learn stuff about them, which is kind of silly, because once again, Geralt is a Witcher. He should know these things. What was that? Ow. Yeah, I mean, we fought, like, nearly exterminated the Drowners in the first game. There was actually a mod that was attempted to install that basically gets rid of all the Drowners in the cemetery swamp in the final chapter. But basically, by the time I had even found it, I was almost done with that chapter anyway, so I didn't bother. Kind of like the Cliff Racer Exterminator mod for Morrowind. As far as I'm concerned, is the #1 essential mod. I think we're at the we're at the Elven Baths here. Don't need to be at until later. Till we're up for some steamy romance. Which it just dawned on me, I can't censor live broadcasts, so I might just have to skip that scene. Just to be careful. I don't know how fussy Twitch gets with that sort of thing versus YouTube. I'm actually surprised that certain games, like especially M-rated games, don't automatically trigger the mature audience thing on Twitch channels. Now, they're a little unnecessary. The only part of that scene I like is when oh my god. See, that's what I hate about these fucking traps. The only thing I like about that scene is at the end when the dwarf is like talking shit about the elven fairy tale, and then he hears the moaning down below. He's just like, I'll be buggered. What just came after me? Dang monsters. Monsters. Yeah, they're just annoying. You can hear another one. There you are. Close the gap, please, Geralt. Is it weird that I find it very uncomfortable to say the names of these creatures? Wrong. I can hear another one. Wrong again. I said wrong again, Geralt. God, the fucking controls. I don't know if the controls are actually somehow more responsive when you're playing on a keyboard. But I just got used to it with the gamepad. So that's what I'm doing. Do I have anything? I don't know if you remember. Well, am I correct in saying that I need to kill enough of these before I can figure out the contract? Or I basically have to find like a bestiary entry on these. I feel like I remember that's how that worked. No, I don't have any more bombs. Can you actually... Oh my god. If you are not focused on them, you can't hit them. That's the really annoying thing. This thing's tearing me to pieces. Okay, yeah, there we go. Oh my god, I'm dying. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I can't remember what the reward is. I want to give it a shot. I'm all the way back here. Great. Well, I know I can't talk to the troll. Yeah, creative in the sense that they make you do even more busy work to complete them. I don't know why I forget the control scheme for drawing the swords, considering it's the same directional pad buttons as which side the sword is on. Oh, God.
How many more can there be?
I don't know, we killed 100 of them, but you had to fucking die, so... Glad you went for that one. Oh my god. They leash at such a short distance. Can you stop? These ones only keep popping up while you're at the nest. I don't know why they all... It's really annoying. I don't know why they sound like jaguars either. It just dawned on me I don't have a potion active. Of course. At least they're patient. Probably gonna get hit before I even stand up. I can't see. Why the foliage doesn't fade away when it's blocking the camera, I do not know. Depth of field barrier. Oh. I get you. Do they keep coming, or do I have to find more? Rawr. Oh, fuck you. There's some big ones. Of course, this one had to block it. Can you focus? And none of those rolls or anything really help you, Geralt. Just slowing you down. Okay, so we learned actually, I think we need to use the Ard on the tunnels, don't we? Something like that.
Come on!
Come on. Yeah, which is annoying. It might be supposed to be a sign that you're in the right place or something like that. Oh, fuck you. Look at that slippery motherfucker. Oh god, that's an ender god. Oh god, that's a big one. Okay, well now I got that. I remember this one being way worse. Because not only do you have to destroy the cocoons, but you have to kill the big nasty that comes out. Ooh, quilted leather. Don't remember what it takes to destroy the cocoon. I think we need, that. Oh no, we actually just attack it, I think. That's been decimated. It annoys me that I can't activate that until we're out of combat. And even hitting it counts as combat. I think this game also has one of those problems where you need Geralt and the camera to be focused in the same direction in order to interact with anything. Oops. Okay, if I remember correctly, she's one of those with, like, charge moves. Kind of want to bait it. Yeah, like that. And give her a blast. Maybe I should have used an oil. Have any arachnid oil? Yes, I do. Oh no. That's not how that works. Insectoids. I can imagine, seeing as Dragon Age 2 basically took place in a single location, as some quests would get a little repetitive. Okay, yeah, she's got the blocks. We can really only hit her twice. She's got a lot of hit points. God damn it all. Oh god, the spits. Owie. Oh goodness. I am poissoned. Oh god damn it. Why don't you charge me? If you can get behind her, she won't block you. When she does its charge, it's actually very convenient. There we go. And that'll do it. Do we have to do that more than once? I don't know, because that was some serious loot off of that. I think we do need to do it more than once. Unless there's more cocoons in this one spot. Got 1, 2. No, there were only those 3. Things do seem to keep showing up even when we've cleared the place. Can I track this one? Doesn't really help. Okay, there's 2 of them. We do need to find another nest. Eh, fuck off.
Come on!
What was that? Get some trousers. But we got a mutagen. God damn it all. Okay. So I do need some kind of bomb to blow it up. We actually need to have them in our inventory, but we don't throw it normally. God damn it all. Okay. Well, we've leveled up, so let's do that. These are all still locked for no good reason. That'll probably help. And we can mutate these abilities. Which I think just adds the effect of the mutagen. It does not really change what the ability itself does. Rate of vitality. Might as well. I think only the last abilities in any of these paths can be mutated. Critical effects. Might as well. So what can I make? Is sword damage. I can already make the mongoose potion. Oh, silly. I don't need to talk to anybody about it. Dragon's Dream. We'll make a bunch of those. Dancing Star. Okay, well that was easy. Let's see if the Dragon Dream does the trick.
Got to blow up this nest.
Does not. Or do I actually have to? We probably need a, like, shrapnel bomb or something. But all I got is dims. Geralt, please. That didn't help. Alright, so I made the wrong bombs. Well, where's the other? Oh my god. The other Endriga nest. Something is after me. You little bitches. Whoop. Oh. I could iframe it. I don't think the rolls in this game have any invincibility frames. What on earth is still after me? there's some Endrigays. I would suggest there's a nest. Ah, yes. Whoa, what the hell was you doing that for? Oh my goodness. I didn't see. Holy shit, there's a bunch of them. Oh my god. That's so damn many. Oh my god. What the fuck? Where did they all come from? I'm gonna fucking die. Holy shit. I'd like to be left alone, please. My goodness. Not what I meant. And I can't cancel it. That's brilliant. Alright. Well, let us drink up. Yeah, I'm probably gonna get that as soon as possible. Why do I have 8 cat potions? Oh, you little bitches. Drowners. I know drowners showed up here. What is with these fucking flailing fucking fucks? God damn it all. Unfortunately, I don't remember where that Endriga nest was. I don't know why there were like 30 of them that just showed up there. Like, that was crazy. That's the town. Okay, here's a nest. That's a warrior. Apparently there's neckers for no good reason. Just getting involved in this. Oh my goodness. God. So annoying. At least they're fighting each other, kind of. I'm glad I just totally whiffed that bomb somehow. I'm glad he just totally whiffed me somehow. Oh, these things. Actually, I think I'm an idiot. I forgot the Dragon's Dream don't do anything until you blast it with a, like, Igni afterwards. So I've just been wasting those. I don't know if I still have an oil active on this. Where's the next one? God damn it. Found 2 of them. It's gonna be way harder to fight the thing here, though. Oh, maybe not. And there she blows.
Come on!
Fuck me. Oh my god. Fuck's sake. Really? What the fuck just hit me? God damn it. What the fuck? There we go. Fuck. Yeah, eat shit. More mutagens. Excellent. Alright, how do we get back to town? Go north. Oh, wow. And these assholes still show up, even though their whole nest has been decimated. Oh, you, my god. I was trying to head back. I should have just gone through the town to get to the frickin' little fishing village. Because the pathfinding out here sucks.
Say something, or did you just fart?
Attention, monsters.
Today I'll tell you how Robin came to be. A long time ago, our forefathers came to this shore. The king granted them land on the condition they clear the forest.
Are you taking a shit? I remember we had to talk to somebody. Oh yeah, this guy's got the troll wife head.
Excellent work.
In it, the finest hides and the tannins on half by either. A straggler here, a lobber there, sometimes a hapless calf. I've even got otter fur for you.
You hunt?
Oh, we must not hunt in the royal forest. Even children know that. Besides, it's too dangerous to go among the trees now, what with all those monsters.
They must be finding more food in the area.
A war's brewing, methinks.
Not necessarily. The Scoia'tael attack merchants and ambush patrols. Ideal conditions for necrophages.
We ought to wait for better times and be satisfied with the little things, like the good book teaches us.
And what can he craft? Endriga hide armor, which is an enhancement. Sounds useful. What do you got? Mail enhancements. And what do I got to sell you? Don't need that anymore. Garbage, junk. Junk. A lot of pants. Alrighty. I guess. Put that on there. Hang on to the trophy. I forget what those do. Oh wow, it's just armor bonus. Ain't that handy. Yeah, we're gonna have to come back and talk to this guy later once we figure out what's gotten all up in the troll's craw.